What was he on? What was he on third here? Is there a body in front of me? I'm probably just gonna die in like 10 seconds. It's kind of a shitty bag. These on the right there. Pilgrim. Oh! Oh yeah, it's a PMC. Hey there, Goblin Gamers. We are talking today about Streets of Tarkov. Specifically, we're talking about the loot run that I like to make when running Streets of Tarkov. This is primarily a Scav run. Can be done as PMC, but I'm sure on the PMC side of things could be optimized much more. We'll get more into that later once I've maxed out my traders and really start going hard on streets. But for the time being, let's talk about this run. First of all, since it's going to be a Scav run, we're going to want to talk about our extracts and our spawns. I find as a Scav in Streets of Tarkov, you are either spawning right around here, somewhere within here, kind of rarer, or somewhere within here. A couple things worth noting. This northern road right here, you will die if you step out on it as a Scav. There's a PMC as well, unless you flare up, but there's a little bit of leeway, I think, here near the underpass. Not a lot of context. Which is really good, actually, our spawns. It puts us either on either side of the run, very rarely right in the middle of the run. Next thing we need to know is our extracts. As a Scav, you should have 3 extracts, and if you have 1 reputation or higher, I'm not sure if that's the exact breakpoint, but that's what I started noticing, then you'll have 4. So worst case scenario, you're going to be missing one of these 4 extracts. Let's talk about them. Ventilation shaft. This is a useless extract for us, and we should never need to take it. And next extract, entrance to catacombs. Same argument there, where we shouldn't really need it, we don't need to loot it. Let's go ahead and talk about the loot. So we mainly have 3 key buildings. We have building A, we have building B, and we have building C. Now, A is just this segment right here that's boxed off. B is just this northern piece of the building right there. And C is just this little piece right here. There's a door on the front and a window on the back. It's a dentist's office. Other noteworthy things. Sparta grocery store kind of sucks. However, there are 2 duffels inside of it. One right here, one right here, and then another one outside right there. Really good topper if we're moving top to bottom. Also, there's a stash right here in the ditch. Really good. Grocery store, some nice things. Duffel in there. Duffel in there. I don't know why I said grocery store. But construction. And then I think this building right here has a duffel, a weapon crate, 2 jackets. Nice topper offers. This building right here has a weapon crate and then a tool crate in it and loose tool spawns on it. Nice good topper offer if we head for sewer extract, which is going to be our primary extract, along with basement descent. We're always going to have one of these 2, and typically we're going to have both. Now, I think the ideal run, we spawn at Pinewood Hotel, we hop in, we get some meds, we move straight over to B. We loot B, we stop by this little dead Scav duffel bag gold spawn building right here, which we'll go into more. Let's just call it dead Scav. And then we head down into A, we loot A, we top off at Sparja, dip into construction if we feel we need to, and we get out. Reverse run is kind of the same thing. However, if we're doing the reverse run, I'm not really looting any of this because I'm trying to get to be the first Scav inside either building A or building B. Another thing worth noting is if B hooks us up, whichever way we start, we can always just take basement descent. Another thing worth noting is that typically PMCs running this run are running from A to B or B to A, and there are scavs out here, AI scavs. So if you ever need a backpack or a rig, it's always good to look outside along the road, a little off to the sides, in the weeds a little, to see if you can't upgrade your kit. I think we're ready to go ahead and start showcasing the run. We are greased up and ready to go. Alright, Goblin Gamers. Okay, we'll go ahead and start it right here. So let's talk about landmarks. First and foremost, this is the north side of the map, at least with the map orientation. You step out onto that road, you are a dead man unless you have a green flare and you lit it ahead of time. We're not going to talk about all the relevant PMC things or how to do that. First things first, our ideal spawn as a scav is somewhere in this courtyard. Why that is, the furthest away from the loot buildings out of all the scav spawns, you might ask, and that's because of this building right here. Now in here we have loose loot, ammo, etc. spawns, all out here, you know, just kind of like labs and even some of the lighthouse spots. Potential loose spawns right there, not all too important. But these two rooms on the side here, these are good rooms. We're going to have loose meds all along this shelf here. We're also going to have loose spawns right there, down there on those shelves, on the tip right there, and up on those shelves. Not too much loot this time. Next up, we have this building right here, loose spawns, often a stim right there. And we have ibuprofen here. We have spawns right here, right there, along this table, potentially in that box. Now there is a third room right here, but I've never seen loot spawn inside of it. It's possible, but more than likely it's just something that didn't get the finishing touches before they give us the early release of this map. So it's nice. So we picked up pain. Ibuprofen sells for like 40k and a little bit of a drink there. As a scav, that could be the difference in being able to disengage from a PMC fight and re-engage. Next we're going to hop right on over here and head into the first main building. Go ahead and bring the map up on screen in the final cut here and show you where we are. We always just kind of skim through this kitchen, grab some food and drink. Good, decent spawns here and whatnot, but that's not really the reason we're here. These double doors always spawn closed, along with this door, so if they've been opened, it's a sign that somebody's been here. Now we are on the north side of the map, so our run's going to be a little bit different, but let's just go ahead and run on over to the south side and show you the appropriate way to loot this. So typically we come in from the south side. We're coming in through that door right there, which is out in the courtyard. We run through, we look at on top of all the chairs visually, and we scan. We walk through here and we have a file cabinet, scav topper offer, loose spawns on these shelves. We have a dead scav, we have a duffel bag, and we have med spawns here. Yeah, Tashanka and Defu are alright. Tashanka's kind of below the 15k minimum at this point, but it's a nice little topper offer. Electric Jill has been dropping in price pretty steadily. May not be worth the slot anymore, but we'll go ahead and loot it anyway. Next we're out here, once again, we're looking on top of all these chairs, glancing on that table, and we're dipping quickly in here. In this room we have 8 file cabinets and 2 computers. Loose food, ammo, tech spawns spawn on these tables, and industrial spawns on these shelves. We grab a sugar. They're cheap now, but that's a super water mid to late wipe. So we scan through, we go through right here, and we enter the infamous pig fuck room. And just to remind you, we came in right here through the kitchen from the dentist, so that's where we come through. Now in Pigfuck, we have a gold spawn right here. Nice little Veritas. Gold spawn right there, and I think even on the chair.
It's all about you.
We look on top of this for loose spawns. Grab an MRE and a computer search right there. Veritas will go in the docs case, but we're going to leave it all out for this run. CPUs aren't terrible loot as filler because they vendor for 8k. Quick and easy. We'll grab a hot rod. Hot rods have kind of dipped beneath the 15k mark lately, but there's always going to be some variance on hot rods, and you know, it's a nice topper offer. Next, tech spawns and food spawns all right here. We have electrical components and some milk there. Always good to check. Go ahead and drop the electrical components down there with my good loot. And let's search the scav. That scav right there. We'll grab the knuckle and the chlorine. Not certain what they're priced at. I haven't really looted or sold those in a couple days. We continue. Loose spawns all along the sides and shelves here. We have a duffel. Sugar is good too. We could grab some water. We could grab a paracord. I think paracord's probably decent. Now, important to note, these shelves right here, good tool spawns. Corrugated hoses all the time. Tool spawns down here in these shelves, which gets overlooked very often. Now we have an ammo container here. Nothing too special. Loose spawns all along the sides here. We have a tool chest out. We'll be back for it. So you do have to be sprinting for this part. And you just kind of hug the right there. And you're in. First stop is the kitchen. Nothing too important there. But we have a gold spawn here at the nose of the pig. And a gold spawn here on the ground. Go ahead and drag that down. Open this door right here. Buckwheat on the floor. I've never actually seen that spawn there. We have a med or gold spawn there. A med or gold spawn there. And a med or gold spawn in that book. You would see a dot if it was there. So we'll move on. Loose spawns here. USD. We have a docs case. Why not grab it? Loose spawns in here. Back here. Right there. Sprats vendors for like 7k. It's not great, but it's good filler. We check the frame, we check the bed, we move on, we check the weapon container. These of course would go into the injector case, but until we're really pinched, we will wait to do that. And then down in this box is ammo spawns. Usually it's shit ammo, but this is Streets, so the chance of getting good high tier ammo is pretty high. Higher than other maps. Alright, back into the hallway. We're gonna run the way we came. Hit tool chest. We have some contacts. Let's just go ahead and put those on. And we'll do a little snacky snack. We have a CPU right here, which once again is just some nice filler. And we keep it moving. Duffel right here. Bolts. PSU. Red gunpowder. Always gonna grab that gunpowder, craft that into some ammo that we may use. I personally loot T-plugs because I craft with T-plugs, but they're only like 10k, they're below the margin. Just saves me from having to hit the flea. Jacket right here, which is commonly overlooked. AA battery in it, not too great. Alright, next we hit the upper floor. Next we head out into the hallway. Now, a really good spot right here. We have double jacket, tool chest. We have some raw rubles, which we'll just throw in the docks. Save with that USD. And hit the tool chest. Tape. Tape sell for 20k. Wires are always 10 to 20. Sometimes more if we get some weird volume. We hit this dead scav right here. Keep it moving. Shelves. Chair, computer. Caps don't really do it. SSD. Let's just drink this milk. Move some of this junk up. And we will keep it moving. loose spawns there, but we're gonna first head in here. You know what? Pretty much every mattress like that in this map is worth a quick little gloss over to see if you get the loot dot. This looks like it would spawn loose loot, but I've never seen it. We do have a weapon crate right here, however. And if you remember down there, that's right next to the one of the gold spawn rooms. So good place to drop down and jump somebody if you know they're looting in there. M62, we'll take it out of this ammo box. BT is worth the loot too, but we're not too worried about it. Quick little scan in the kitchen. Not much really spawns in here, but we're here anyway. We will hit the jacket and get a move on. Back into the hallway. We are hitting duffel. Nothing too fancy there. We have Meisha there. Which isn't really that great. You know, we can min-max and say it's probably better than something else here, but whatever. And then we check that right there, and it's time to move on. We're gonna head down to ground floor. It takes a couple runs to get orientated, but we are on the north side, so we're gonna head out this door and into the main courtyard. Quick little spot right here we're checking. We have duffel, we have dead scav, and we have gold spawn. We'll kind of just dip through these here. Paper mixer lens. I don't see nearly as much of those as I would like. We loot that. Nuts are only like 10k now. Might be better than milk or whatever, but med tools are also 10k, so it's like, you know, check those shelves, check these. Good place for food spawns. Nothing hit today in here. Good spot for industrial spawns. So we'll just kind of fill up here. Elites always sell for 17 to the vendor. Really good. We have a defuel right there. Pretty good loot. Zippo. I haven't been tracking the price on those, not too worried. And then we have loose spawns right here as well, which we'll go ahead and grab that T. It's a 17k vendor, if I recall correctly. Next, we're moving through. Keep in mind, if you're a scav and you're running through this courtyard, or you're a PMC and is running through this courtyard, there's typically always AI scav here. At least one, on average like 3 on any given raid. Not sure what the respawn rate is, but the initial spawns are high here. So as a scav, if you're in a bank robber in a sling, you might want to just look around in the weeds. You know, check next to the cars. Scavs like to use cover. They like to cross through this park, so check the weeds here. And also they like to chill down low right here while they're fighting PMCs up high there. So check those spots as well. One quick little loot we do before the next main building is we hit this dead scav. And we check the back. Even though it says locked, it's open, and sometimes there's food spawns in there. And other spawns. Alright, we're running through to the next main building, and I will tell you, this is one of my favorite buildings to loot is the scav. Because me, when I'm a scav, I want to fight. That's the truth of the matter. And this building is great for fighting. I'll explain why in just a moment, but first we have a gold spawn right here on the rubble, no hit, and we have a dead scav here. No hit. Alright, down at the end, you see that spawn right there, and we have a couple spawns in this little room right here, typically just ammo. Augmentin, it's not, oh, it's ibuprofen, that is worth a filter. Go ahead and grab that, ibuprofen. And then we open up right here, this is the other entrance. This is basically going towards construction. So these two doors, this one and this one, are the only way in and out of this building. It's a great choke point. So if there's somebody in the building and you come in right here, they have to go through you, or you have to go through them, vice versa. This is a great building for fighting PMCs. This is a great building for finding it unlooted because people don't want to fight in the hot spot. And I often come here in night raids and find nothing done. Alright, next we're going to check this room. This briefcase has a Mid-tier spawn in there. Sometimes it's currency. Sometimes it's something decent. Loose spawns all along here. And we have a jacket. We have a beard. Let's go ahead and just put that on. And let's drink this charcoal. Clean up the inventory a little. We forgot to mention it, but these shelves right here all have tool spawns. These shelves right here are tool spawns. Find industrial cables in there all the time. Corrugated hoses. The spawns along the couch, along the floor here, on the chairs. 4 more files, and there were some files in there too if you're scavving a bit late. We also hit this weapon crate right here. Then we keep it moving. We check the desk, we check the bed, we check the plate. We check the Blaypoi, and we check these shelves for gold spawns. We loot the dead scav. Screws, nothing to write home about. We check these books on the ground for treasure spawns. We check these shelves. We check on top of this desk. You see RAM there. And we loot the PC block. CPU fan. That will take over that. Go ahead and drink this kvass. I should just drop it. We have a hot rod. We check here for gold spawns. We check these shelves. Right here, nothing. We move it in. Alright, we have food room. Lots of good shit in here. Definitely worth a skim of the shelves. Vodka, not too great. Nothing to write home about today. We check right there. We check the table. BP for the VSS. Good ammo, but it's not really worth the slot. But you can't buy it as efficiently as you used to be able to. You will find moonshine in that room quite often. You will find sugars. And you will find good tier tech spawns. I also jumped up but didn't mention it. But you'll find loot inside of that blue box as well. Loot spawns right here on the left. Loot spawns right here on the right. Technically, emergency water rations are over the 15k mark. Loose med spawns. We're going to grab the adrenaline. Speaking of which, we're going to start filling in our adrenaline into the injector slot. We'll grab that Saliwa to fill up. Augmented, not great. We craft with it, and eventually Augmented is like a 15-20k item, but that's late white. Alright, we have loose tech spawns right here, which we're gonna go ahead and make some room for this thermometer. We hit loose spawns right here, hit this duffel. And right in here, we have a jacket and more loose spawns on the shelves. It's worth noting if you're a scav and you're alone and you're not rushing to the upper floors, you can get loose spawns in here, but it's pretty uncommon. Rarely worth opening. Next, we're running up. You know how this is a choke point? Good way to hold the choke right there. Anybody coming in, you can shoot at them, and vice versa. Keep that in mind. There's a power cord right here. That's certainly better than a water. We'll go ahead and filter on up our loot quality and move through here. Next, we have sugar. We'll ditch the T-plug for that. In this spawn, we have treasure spawns. We'll grab that badge and keep it moving. Upstairs, we have loose spawns here. Hunter matches. Does this fit in the docks? No, but this Veritas does. So we'll go ahead and filter up a little bit more. We'll move on to floor number 2. Floor number 2, we're going to cut an immediate right. We're going to check the loose spawns right here. Loose spawns right there. Tech spawns here on the dryer and on the floor. Nothing today. Pretty common to have those though. We're going to move in here. Toss that in the injector case. All along the shelf, along the floor right here where that fleece is. And inside of here, you have ammo and med spawns. Often I get a gold star or a Vaseline there. And we have some BP. I believe that's our second BP, so we can go ahead and unload those and save a slot. We already searched these shelves. Take a look at the couch and dip into this room. The bed has all sorts of spawns. Ooh, I cannot seem to get it. Is it on the floor? Nothing there. We have loose spawns here on the couch, on the bed, etc. check the piss bucket. And then we're going to skip that room for now and run upstairs. So again, we're checking the floor on the shelf there. Opening up right here. And we're going into the last floor. We come up, we look there for loose loot. We open this first door. And we walk in, we search the bed. We search the piss bucket. Oh, we have an M cable. Let's go ahead and grab that. We do check that bed as well. We just dropped something there, so we know that's not it. And we check this piss bucket. The rest of these 3 gates here are locked. They have loot in them. So you need the correct key as a PMC. Next we'll come in here, we'll check the frame. We'll check the bed. And then we'll hop on down. We'll check the bed. And we'll check the couch. And we'll move on over here. But that's it. We're done here. We're gonna go ahead and get out and showcase just a couple other things on the way out. Alright. Now, if you recall, so this is gonna head out here. So we have the grocery store right there. We'll go ahead and show that on the map real quick.
You think I would look pretty on your arm once you cover up my bruises and battle scars, but it always ends the same. Can't bear the things I've had to face. Got you crying on your knees in pain. Oh, some things never change, never change. Oh, you'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again.
And then we will move out and to our sewer extract. And this is the end of the run. We're going to go ahead and cut to the basement descent extract here in just a moment. Alright, and just for reference, this is our sewer extract right here. This is basement descent, and just for reference, we are right here. Right next to Dead Scav and Duffel, as well as our B building right there. Alright, so at this point, we are pretty much done. I'm going to show you the result of a handful of Scav runs. I think I went for around 10, and we'll call it a wrap.
So delicate and so mundane, and they keep coming like a moth to a flame. Oh, some things never change, never change. You'll break your back to make me feel again. Suffocate to make me breathe again. Lose your mind from endless pain.
Alright, gamers. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to click all the shits, talk some shit, comments, and yeah, fuck off and have a great day. Peace.